Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a really fun and exciting video that I've been thinking about doing for a while. I saw this video idea from a few different creators, mainly Destiny Sidwell. I really liked her video that she did. Basically, we are going to be tier ranking bookish couples. So basically just like couples in some of the books that I've read recently, and also some of them I read last year. I'm going to go through and tier rank them based on whether or not I think they're probably going to end up together. Like, are they soulmates? Is it like a toxic relationship? I'll explain the categories in a second. But I'm excited to do this because I feel like there have been a lot of new book couples added to my radar based on like the books that I've read this year. I do want to give a little bit of a disclaimer here. If you have not read Throne of Glass or ACOTAR, I probably wouldn't watch this video because there might be some spoilers in terms of who ends up with who. So if that is something that you don't want to know, I probably would stop this video now and watch it at a later time. That being said, some of these couples are from ACOTAR and Throne of Glass, so if you haven't read them, then it really won't make sense, and honestly, it might be a little bit of a spoiler if you are planning to read it. Otherwise, you should be good to go. Hi guys, editing Marissa here. I just wanted to real quickly say that I was watching this video back and came to the realization that I filmed this video as I was about to start my period, and I feel like that is very evident. So if I am being a little bit extra sassy and dramatic in this video, please forgive me. As I was editing this, I was like, wow, this is a lot, but just know that I'm feeling better. But I just thought I would put that out there because I was a little taken aback and didn't even recognize myself really in this video. We all have our days, but I'm feeling better now. On to the video. I have my laptop here. I have Cleo, who's going to be my noble assistant, and we are going to go through and tier rank the couples. So you guys can now see the screen and all of the couples I have already put at the bottom. I'm doing this in Canva because the tier ranking system website that you usually will see in these types of videos always has like a bunch of ads, and honestly it's kind of annoying. So I'm just going to be doing this in Canva. I think it's a little bit easier. Let me first go through and explain the categories. First we have it's a soulmate thing, and that is going to be like these couples are meant to be and they will 100% end up together, and basically there's nothing wrong with them. Like, they are perfect. They are the standard when it comes to couples. Nothing could ever break them up. It's like written in the stars. That's the first category. This is like definitely the highest category. Then we have Send It To Me Rachel, which is basically like this couple is goals. They have some flaws, but you know, they're working through it. It's goals. It's like what you want your relationship to look like. It's a good, solid relationship. Definitely something that you would strive for in your own personal relationship, I guess. And then we have I Mean I Guess, which is like a relationship that's like fine. Like, when you're reading it, you don't really feel any special spark or anything crazy, but there's some things that are kind of like, there are some really cute moments, and then there are some things that are kind of like, I don't know about that. So this is the middle category of like, I'm not really sure about this couple, but like they're fine, I guess. Like, there's nothing severely wrong, but also like I'm just not feeling it as much as the other two categories. Then we have no chemistry / purely physical. So this is kind of like a double category where some of these books don't have spice, so it just depends on the book, but it's either the connection is just purely physical, like nothing emotionally deep is going on, or there's just literally no chemistry between the couple. These two people could probably be better off as friends, or just like they're just not a good couple to be together. And then we have borderline messed up, which means like this is truly toxic. Like, this is not a good relationship. Nobody should strive to have this kind of relationship, and it goes beyond not even having chemistry. These people might even have chemistry, but it's just that the relationship is so toxic and bad that I could never recommend somebody look up to this relationship, or it's almost traumatizing to read because how bad the relationship is. So those are the categories. We have quite a wide array of categories here, but I'm going to go ahead and start ranking the couples. First, we have Feyre and Rhysand. Obviously, this is 100% going to be it's a soulmate thing. Honestly, they were written in the stars literally from the beginning, if you know what I mean. And I just feel like they are the standard. They are the gold standard when it comes to relationships. And nothing will ever top what happens in Achamoth. And for me, like that solidified like this couple is perfect. Like, do they have problems sometimes? Sure. But it's never like I'm never worried that something's gonna happen. They are just a very strong couple. So I 100% would say that this is a soulmate thing. Then we have Nesta and Cassian. I'm gonna say this is also a soulmate thing because I feel like Nesta and Cassian have this ability to kind of go off of each other. Like I feel like Nesta really needs Cassian's goofiness and like nonchalance because she's so serious and like deeply traumatized. So in that way, I feel like they are like two puzzle pieces that just fit really perfectly together. So that's why I would say it's a soulmate thing. Also, like their connection is just like crazy. It's palpable off the page and it's literally addicting to read about. I'm gonna go over here next. We have January and Gus. This is obviously gonna be a soulmate thing as well. We have 3 in a row. This couple is elite. There's literally nothing wrong. I mean, do they miscommunicate sometimes? 100%, but I also think that nobody gets them like each other, and I think that's why it's such a soulmate thing. I don't think anything could ever break them up. Like they are truly the standard, the goal. I think about them constantly and I will never ever get over that one quote, "When I watch you sleep, I'm overwhelmed you exist." Like that's literally crazy to me. Who writes that? Who just like writes that and publishes it and expects me to just move on with my life? Like that's crazy. Okay, let's move around and go over here. So I think next I want to do Magnolia and BJ. This is borderline messed up. Now I'm gonna put a disclaimer here. I have not read the whole series. I've only read the first Magnolia Parks book. I have an idea of how the rest of the series is gonna go because honestly, a lot of people have basically said that it's just this kind of dynamic for the majority of the series. I know it's deeply emotional. I know they do have chemistry and it's like a really deep connection. However, this is the most toxic relationship I have ever read about and nobody should strive to be in a relationship like this. Is it entertaining? 100%. But this is definitely not the standard. I would say please do not look up to this couple. They are not the standard. They are not the goal. It's not giving. It's borderline messed up. And then we're gonna go to Kale and Irene. I'm gonna do Send It To Me Rachel for them. I don't know if it's necessarily like giving the same level of like soulmate as these 3 are, but they're still really cute. I really liked that they kind of like fit each other's missing pieces together and they mended each other, if that makes sense. Like I really liked their dynamic, but I will say that it was kind of like, I don't know, like I feel like the tides turned really quickly with them, and I guess it was giving a little bit of like enemies to lovers. I don't know, but I'm gonna put this in Send It To Me Rachel. I haven't read the last book. I'm reading Kingdom of Ash right now, so if anything happens, I don't know about it, so please don't give any spoilers for Kingdom of Ash in the comments or anything because I have not finished Kingdom of Ash yet. But as of now, this is gonna be my ranking based on reading the first 6 books and Assassin's Blade in Throne of Glass for these couples. Then we have Lorcan in the lead. Again, I'm gonna say it, I haven't read Kingdom of Ash, so I don't know if what happens in that book, if anything happens to them or with their relationship, I don't know. But this is definitely giving it's a soulmate thing. I am obsessed with them, and I truly wasn't expecting to be as obsessed with them as I am. But when I was reading it, like I literally could not wait to know what was gonna happen between the two of them. And because of that, I just can't put them anywhere else. Like truly, I was addicted to reading about these two. And I loved the like slow burn aspect of it. Like it was giving. So I also love how like protective he is of her. Like I just love that. And that's why the majority of Sarah J Maas's couples are gonna be in these top 2 tiers because I think she writes that like protective, overbearing MMC like no other. And I don't know why, but I just eat that up. I truly do. I don't know what happens in Kingdom of Ash. Next we have Florence and Benji. This is from The Dead Romantics. I'm putting this in, I mean, I guess, because honestly their romance wasn't that memorable. He's also like kind of a ghost, so there's that. But I don't know, it wasn't that memorable. I don't think about them that often, and I don't really think it was like written in the stars. It's definitely not something that I'm like obsessed with, but it's like there's nothing really wrong with it either. Yeah, they're gonna go in, I mean, I guess. Then we have Connell and Marianne. This is really hard, but I'm gonna put this in borderline messed up because while I think that they might be soulmates, I think it's actually crazy, like the things that happen in that book, and literally traumatizing. Like if I was Marianne, I think I would be a little bit traumatized. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not saying they shouldn't be together. It's just that I don't think it would happen that way in real life. I hope it wouldn't happen that way in real life. If so, that's literally traumatizing. But when I was reading this, I was just like cringing at certain points in their relationship. So that's why I'm putting them in borderline messed up. Okay, next we have Evangeline and Jack. This is also gonna go in Send It To Me Rachel. Do I think they're like soulmates? sure. But also like the last book, A Curse for True Love, just like wasn't giving the same energy that the first two were. And in that sense, it kind of brought it down from it's a soulmate thing to Send It To Me, Rachel. I don't know how to explain that, but that's just how I feel in my soul. I do think they're endgame. I do think they're goals. However, I don't know. Part of me is like, maybe he could have like fought for her a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion. Next, we're gonna go for Belly and Conrad. This might be controversial, but I'm putting them in, I mean, I guess, because the miscommunication, it's crazy. Will I always be Team Conrad? 100%. I will. But the miscommunication is actually so frustrating. It's literally so annoying. And the way that they just like cannot get on the same page, I was actually really annoyed with that. I do like them together, but it just like took way too long in my opinion. Okay, so next we have Summer and Rhett. This is from Flawless, the first book in the Chestnut Spring series. I'm gonna put them in, I mean, I guess, I don't know though, because like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna put them in, I mean, I guess, because I was thinking about putting them in No Chemistry, Purely Physical, because honestly I felt like a lot of their relationship was physical. However, they did have an emotional bond as well. I don't know, it's just not very memorable for me. Like I feel like these couples up here are way more memorable, like their connection, than them. So I'm just gonna put them in, I mean, I guess for now. There's nothing wrong with that. Next we have Violet and Xaden. Obviously they're going in, it's a soulmate thing. Their relationship eats. It eats. There's just like something about it that hits different. I am just obsessed with it. I can't stop thinking about it. And every time I read a scene between them, I'm like giddy. And that's how you know it's a soulmate thing. They were truly like made for each other. And I love that. I liked at the beginning how it was like kind of forbidden. Like, I don't know. It was giving. Okay, so next we have Kai and Peyton. I'm gonna go with, I don't know. I don't know. I think right now, having not read Reckless yet, I'm gonna put it in Send It To Me, Rachel. Because I don't know if this is at the same level as like Farrah and Rhysand and Violet and Xaden. Like, I just don't know if it's at the same level for me. But it is still giving and I'm obsessed with. Every time they had a chapter together in Powerless, the tension is crazy. But I will say it might just be one too many knives held to necks for me personally. Next we have Iris and Roman. It's a soulmate thing because unfortunately I am a absolute goner for writing and letters, and so the fact that they would like write letters to each other, I'm immediately gonna think they're soulmates. Like, that's actually crazy. And the things that they would write to each other, please, like, all I want to say is one person, one piece of armor. That whole passage, if you know what I'm talking about, literally made me want to cry my eyes out and felt like a personal attack. I'm just saying, like, nothing has really hit like that in a while for me, and they are like 100% meant to be together, written in the stars. I'm obsessed. Okay, so next we have Daphne and Miles. I'm gonna put them in, I mean, I guess, because they do have chemistry. I wouldn't say it's No Chemistry, Purely Physical, but it's not really giving. Like, it's not giving as much as these ones are. In my opinion, he's not protective enough, and I am a person who likes a protective MMC, and I honestly just feel like, I get it, like he was going through his own things, but it's just not giving the same vibes as like this. Honestly, do I think the world would end if they weren't together? No, but I can appreciate them being together, if that makes sense. I just don't think it's revolutionary. Okay, next we have Luke and Clementine. This is from Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. They're going into No Chemistry, Purely Physical, because that book, the first half I was kind of into, and if the rest of the book would have been like the first half, it probably would have gone into, I mean, I guess. But because the second half happened, it ruined everything, because honestly after that it was like all physical. It was like there was no emotional really depth to it, and I feel like she kind of just like threw in like emotional plot lines like randomly throughout the book, but wouldn't touch on them for a long time and then would suddenly bring them up again. And honestly, I don't really think that like they supported each other emotionally through those times like really that much. So I'm putting them in No Chemistry, Purely Physical, because honestly the whole book just felt like them having physical attraction. Like, it didn't really feel like a soulmate type of situation. We have Olive and Adam from The Love Hypothesis. They're gonna go in Send It To Me, Rachel, because just green flags all around. Nothing more to it, honestly. Truly enjoyed it. I was eating up their scenes together, and I also just like how they're both like kind of, I don't know, walking on eggshells around each other, and that tension was just like building up, and it was just, it ate. It was incredible. I'm prefacing this one by saying that I've only read Addicted to You and Ricochet. I haven't read the rest of the series, so this is just based off of reading those two, which might be a mistake, but this is how I feel right now. I'm gonna put them in borderline messed up. because they are truly toxic for each other. And the problem is that I know that they like truly do care for each other, and that's not the problem. They just like have really bad personal issues, and being together is not good for them. And so that's why I'm gonna put them in borderline messed up. I think if I read the rest of the series, I would probably put them maybe in Send It To Me Rachel, but I don't know what happens. But right now, where I'm at in the series, it's borderline messed up. Next we have Ford and Rosie. This is going in Send It To Me Rachel. Honestly, Ford is giving like it's a soulmate thing because he's just green flags all around. Like literally nothing is wrong with him. He was perfect, MMC. Rosie, however, I feel like she wasn't as good as he was, because I feel like she almost was just like having a physical attraction to him for like the majority of it, which was kind of annoying to me. This one would have been It's a Soulmate thing if she was matching his energy the whole time instead of just like wanting a physical relationship with him the whole time. That one's going into Send It To Me Rachel. Low and Misery, they're going into, I'm gonna go with I Mean I Guess, and you guys know why. If you've read this book, you know why. And it is truly a little bit traumatizing, and now I'm just kind of like, I mean, I guess. But otherwise, it was a good couple. Like, they ate. But this one specific thing that I'm talking about, which you will know if you've read the book, I can't get past it. Okay, Harriet and Wynn are going into It's a Soulmate thing. Listen, if I had to choose a miscommunication trope, I would choose them. I would choose what happened in Happy Place. I don't know. The way that Emily Henry wrote the timeline of their relationship was just so compelling and deeply moving. And I feel like all of that history is just giving soulmates. Then we have Katniss and Peeta. This is going into It's a Soulmate thing. Because truly, like, they're one of those couples where it's like, she's a black cat, he's a golden retriever. You know what I mean? They just like needed each other to balance each other out. And I truly feel like she needed him to survive the Hunger Games. You know what I mean? Like, without him, if it was any other guy, if it was Gale, if it was any other guy, I don't think she would have made it through everything that she went through in that series, which, by the way, literally traumatizing. How anyone could survive that. I mean, I know it's fiction, but like in my mind, I was reading that and I was like, the pain never ends. It never ends. But they are truly giving soulmate vibes. Anyone who is Team Gale, what are you doing? Literally, it's 2024. Let's just be Team Peeta together, okay? Next we have Dorian and Manon. Honestly, again, I'm going to remind you I haven't read Kingdom of Ash, but they are giving no chemistry, purely physical. I mean, I know like from the first time they met each other, there was kind of like a little bit of a vibe going, but right now it seems like it's very physical, and it doesn't really seem like there's an emotional depth there that he had with other love interests. So I'm putting him and her in no chemistry, purely physical, but like I said, that could change when reading Kingdom of Ash. And you know what? I'm sure it will change, because one thing about Sarah J Maas is that she is going to have a plot twist. So I just feel like there's going to be something crazy between the two of them that's going to make it a deeper connection. But as of right now, it is giving very much purely physical. Then we have Aelin and Rowan, and this is going to be maybe a little bit controversial. They're giving me, I mean, I guess. I think they're both green flags. Well, okay, that's a strong statement. I think they're good together, but honestly, like by the point that they got together, I was kind of feeling like I had whiplash from all of the love interests that Aelin had. At this point, I had already invested myself in all the other love interests that she had been with, and I was kind of tired of getting my heart broken. I just feel like it took too long to get there. I mean, I understand why, like I'm starting to understand why it was that way, but honestly, like it's just not giving the same as like Feyre and Rhysand, and maybe that's why I just can't put them anywhere else other than, I mean, I guess, because I'm just not obsessed with them. Like, tell me why I'm more obsessed with Lorcan and Elide and Cale and Irene than Aelin and Rowan. Like, do I think they're iconic? 100%, but emotionally it's not giving the same as Cale and Irene and Lorcan and Elide. So that is all I have for you, and those are all of the book couples that I could think of that I've, you know, been thinking of recently, ranked based on compatibility and just the general vibes that I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more book content and vlogs and things like that. And let me know what you think about these couples. Did I have any hot takes? Did you disagree with me? Did you agree with me? Let me know. I'm curious to see what you guys will think, especially about Aelin and Rowan, because personally, it's not eating the way that I thought it would. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video, so I will talk to you very soon in my next video.